Well, hello, welcome back, everybody. We have the Philadelphia Athletics for you once again, this time against the St. Louis Browns. We'll see if the Athletics can continue to put pressure on the leading teams in the American League. 29-22 are the Athletics, 2.5 behind the Red Sox, and Elmer Valo takes the ball low. Valo is a big part of the reason why they've been playing well so far. 321 average as he takes another ball, 2-0, 453 the on-base percentage, and a 490 slugging percentage. And so he gets on base and he slugs it when he hits it. That's fouled up and away. Sullivan running over into that bullpen you can see there on the left side, but he can't quite get there in time. It's 2-1. 2-1 pitch is bounced there by Bill Kennedy, starter for the Browns, so 3-1. Browns playing better than they were in real life at this point, but still 10 games out of it and not looking so great. So 3-1 the count on Valo. And that's low, and so Elmer goes to first as he's done so many times this year. In fact, we'll take a look at this quickly. We can see Elmer Valo has walked 48 times so far this season. And we're not even at the halfway point. That brings up now Eddie Juice, who has walked 59 times in this season. And so when it comes to Diamond Mine Baseball in 1949, it's the good players who take the walks who get the walks. There's a ball to Juice and a ball high and off the plate. Kennedy has walked 16 so far this season. That counts the one to Valo as that's fouled away. It's 2-1. He has struck out 23. In real life, it was 73 walks and 153 2/3. And so he's not exactly Mr. Walk Them All. There's a swing and a miss by Eddie. It's 2-2. Next pitch in there, and that's inside. And so Kennedy behind with a full count once again. And there, just as we predicted, is ball 4 in the dirt. That'll bring up Ferris Fain. So the Browns start this one off just like the Browns would, walking 2 in a row. Here comes Fain, who's hitting 295. Kennedy, by the way, with the 3-0 record. Fain trying to bunt. He bunts that one up in the air, and it's Lawler, the catcher, looking for it, and he found it and grabs it for the out, one away. Interesting strategy there by the Athletics, bunting with the number 3 hitter with nobody out in the top of the first inning. As we were telling you, Kennedy with the 3.32 ERA and the 3-0 record, so he's had some good luck. He did save a game. Wally Moses up there now takes a strike, 0-1. That's away. 327 the average there for Moses. He's had 3 home runs against 1 in real life, and he, like so many others, has had more power in this replay than he's had in real life. Here's a ground ball that's past Graham, but Pretty runs that one down and throws over to Graham, who makes it back to first base to make that put out. So the runners move up to second and third, and that will bring up Sam Chapman. So here comes Chapman with runners on second and third. Chapman has driven in 36 home runs. He's a big problem. There is a ball high to Sam, 1-0. Hit deep to right. Coco's running, can't get to it over by that bullpen. 1-1 the count. That's inside and misses for a ball. It's 2-1 now on Sam. Next pitch in there, misses again. Kennedy has thrown a third ball. He's about to walk his third man. Let's see if it happens. And nope, Chapman did not offer on that pitch. So that pitch, missing the strike zone completely. Kennedy now has walked 3. No hits for the Athletics, but the base is loaded. That brings up Hank Majeski. I'm not sure Hank Majeski is the man you want to pitch to with the bases loaded, but there's no place to put him. Majeski hitting 276 is driven in 44, and he takes a ball 1-0. That's fouled away by Hank. 1-1 the count. There's a pop-up over to the right side, and Pretty running for that in front of Cocos, running behind him and makes the catch. And I tell you, Dick Cocos was never going to get there. And so that's the way that the top of the first ends. No score for the Athletics. And we'll go ahead here to the bottom of the first inning. Here comes Jerry Pretty. Pretty comes up here for the Browns, hitting 321. He's walked only 22 times. You can see the difference that a little bit of patience makes. He'll be facing Dick Fowler, who we'll tell you about here in a second. Pretty fouls the first pitch away, 0-1. Fowler's 6-3 his record as he throws the ball. It's 1-1. 3.98 ERA, but he's walked 53. So we expect a lot of walks here as Pretty takes the ball high. We've had 3 already, and only 1 team's been up to bat. There's a swing by Pretty is what they're ruling, and it's 2-2. And there's a ball high. It's a full count on Jerry. That's hit over to the right side, but Fox, the second baseman, grabs that for the out, 1 away. Up comes Whitey Platt. Whitey takes a fastball high and outside. This is a night game, by the way, as Platt takes another ball. 8:30 starting time, so it's definitely a night one, and there's a strike, 2-1. Before a night game, with the Browns not playing so well, there's not much of a crowd here. Fouled away, it's 2-2. Sportsman's Park seated about 34,000, and there's another ball. It's a full count now on Whitey. But those 34,000 would go see the Cardinals, not the Browns. There's a ground ball over to first. Payne grabs that and goes to the bag. There's 2 away. Of course, the way this replay has been going, I'm not sure anybody wants to see the Cardinals. They're way out of it, too. In fact, the Browns are a little bit more in the pennant race than the Cardinals. Bob Dillinger up there next, fouls 1 away, 0-1 on Bob, hitting 307, but only a 375 on base percentage. Again, patience is a virtue. The ball outside. And there's a little pop-up over to center. It's going to be Sam Chapman grabbing that for the out. And that does it. We go to the top of the second inning now. Here is Nellie Fox for the Athletics up against Kennedy, and he takes a ball. 1-0. Fox hitting down in the order. 2-0 now the count, but he'll be hitting up higher later. He got that on-base percentage up to 460, so you can believe that he's there to stay. There's a swing and a miss. It's 2-1 now to Nellie, and that's off the plate. 3-1 now the count. There's a line drive hit straight at Sullivan, the shortstop, almost surprised to grab that one, sticks his glove up and pulls it away, and that brings a smattering of applause from the fans. 1 away, and here comes Joe Astruth. Astruth hitting 307, takes the ball. 1-0 the count, and that's hit over to left field, and there's your first hit of the ball game. So the first hit off of Kennedy is from Astruth, the number 8 hitter, and that'll bring up Dick Fowler. Pitcher Fowler is actually hitting 412 out of his 34 at-bats, but I think we're going to play them in a little bit. And there's the bunt, and it's squared over away to the first base side. Kennedy, the pitcher, ends up grabbing that one. He fumbles around with it, finally flips over to Pretty. They get the pitcher Fowler at first. Astruth moves up to second, and that could have been disaster for the Browns. Here now is Vallow. The ball high to Vallow, 1-0, and there's a strike. 1-1 now the count. Popped up and out of play, 1-2. High and tight, 2-2, and that got a glare from Vallow over to Kennedy, and we'll see if we have any problems here. And there's another ball, 3-2 now the count, and Kennedy is walking the yard. And that's low, and just as we said, there's the 4th walk given up by Bill, and I mean, the Browns will see how long they stick with him, but he can't be doing that all day. Here comes Eddie Juiced, and he takes a ball. 60 walks this season for Juiced. He leads the world. There's another ball, 2-0. Hit over to right field, and that's going to be a base hit as it falls in front of Kokos. 1 scores, Vallow goes to third, and the Athletics are in business. 1-0 ball game, and here comes Ferris Fain, and this is what they've been doing all season long. There's a ball inside to Fain, 1-0. I've told you before, I think that the Athletics a little bit overrated by Diamond Mine. They have the sort of team that Diamond Mine baseball likes. 2-0 now the count on Fain, and that's wide again. It's 3-0, and there's a strike. 3-1 the count on Ferris. And that's down and away, but Fain chases that one down by his shoe tops. Full count now on him. See if Kennedy can capitalize. And he cannot, as that one is high. And so that is the 5th walk that Bill has given up, and that'll bring up Wally Moses. 1 run across, 2 hits for the Athletics, and of course nothing for the Browns. We're only in the top of the second. Moses hits this one over to the left field in the alley between Platt and Sievers. That'll be another single, and that one scores 2. And so Kennedy has been playing with fire, and it's really burned him. Runners on at first and third now for Sam Chapman. We'll see how long Bill will last. And that's hit deep to left center field, and Chapman's swing at the first pitch has made this a 6-0 ball game, just as we were telling you. So 6-0 now for the Athletics. We're only in the top of the second inning. And we have to ask some questions here about Bill Kennedy and his ability to stay on. Who do you go to is the question. It's probably going to be Embry or Drews. Everybody pitched yesterday, just about, so it looks like we're going to have a little bit more of that. I say yesterday, the last time the Browns played is what I mean. On comes Drews, so Carl Drews will be the relief pitcher here, and Bill Kennedy did not do what he was supposed to. 6-0 Athletics. Here's Hank Majewski. Carl Drews, normally a starter, has started, what did we say here, 9 ball games. 3-5 of his is his record as he throws a strike there to Majewski, but it's a 5.68 ERA, and that doesn't necessarily bode so well. There's a comebacker back to Drews, who turns and throws to first for the out, and that does it, but the Athletics wind up with 6 runs in that top of the second, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. 6-0 Athletics. Here now, Dick Kokos. Coco's hitting 277, takes the ball low and in, and there's a curveball for a strike, 1-1 on Coco's. A ground ball, Juice, the shortstop, picks that one up, throws to first, 1 away. Brings up Royce Sievers, who's hitting 279, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Hit to the gap, but that one hangs up, and Wally Moses has that 2 away. You can tell if you're watching this on YouTube instead of just listening, you can tell that this Sportsman's Park a little bit uneven there. It's one of the old ballparks. In fact, as Graham takes the ball, they started playing here in 1880. There's a strike to Jack Graham, 1-1. Here we are on Doitier Street and Grand Boulevard in St. Louis. Apologies for mispronunciations. 2-1 now, as that was inside to Graham. And that's up and in. It's 3-1. And it's fitting, though the Browns, of course, are the Johnny-come-latelys being in the American League. It's fitting that the team called the Browns plays here because that's the way it was in 1880. And there's a strike, changeup call to strike. Kind of a lucky call there for Fowler. It's a full count now on Graham. And he holds up in time on that one and takes ball 4. So Graham is the runner on at first base, and that'll bring up John Sullivan here for the Browns, who might have something doing. Now, normally you bunt here, but not down by 6. Ball in the dirt, 1-0. And that's fouled away, 2-0 now. Fouled away again, 2-1 the count. And that's just tied. It is 3-1. And that's fouled away, full count. Excuse me for a second. All right, well, that was pretty smooth. You probably didn't know anything happened. So Graham on at first base, full count here on John Sullivan in the bottom of the second. And this is hit down the left field line. Vallo runs for that right in front of the bleachers, jumps up and makes a beautiful catch, and that robs him of a home run. So it's Elmer Vallo, who's walked twice today, who makes the big catch to prevent any runs from scoring there in the bottom of the second inning. We go now to the top of the third inning. It's still 6-0 Philadelphia. Here comes Nellie Fox. Fox takes a strike. He's 0 for 1 today so far. But as I said before, 314 is getting the on-base percentage up there, and he hits a ground ball over to Graham at first, who flips over to Drews for the out, 1 away. Joe Astroth up there now, catcher, takes a strike, 0-1. He's 1 for 1 today. He scored a run, and there's a ball high, 1-1 the count. Hit deep to left, but not deep enough, and Platt is there for the out, 2 away, and that will bring up Dick Fowler. 6-0 Athletics, and Fowler takes the ball, 1-0. Ground ball up the middle, base hit for Fowler, and that average continues to rise, and you know it's a problem when you can't get the pitcher out, and that brings up Elmer Vallo, Mr. Walk. There's a ball inside to Elmer, 1-0. And that's fouled away, 1-1 the count. Drews has walked 31, by the way, in 59 2/3. He has been wild. That's up high, and it's 3-1 now on Vallo. 3-1 pitch comes in. Fouled away. It's a full count. Little roller to the right side, and Pretty has that one. Throws over to first base for the out, and that'll do it for that inning. And we go to the bottom of the third inning. It's 6-0 still Athletics. Here comes Sherm Lawler. There's a strike in there to Lawler, hitting 263 for his first plate appearance here. And there's a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. That's in the dirt. 1-2 now on Sherm. Bouncer over to the right side. Nellie Fox in the hole has that on to first. There's 1 away. Up now, Carl Drews. Drews hitting 0-53. He will hit for himself and takes a strike. It's going to be like a start for him. And there's a ball, 1-1. Fouled away. It's 1-2 on Carl. And there's a swing and a miss at a breaking ball that was away. Fowler really confused him on that one, and he gets the strikeout, 2 away. That brings up Jerry Pretty. Pretty is 0 for 1 today, as is everybody. Jerry takes a ball, and then a strike, 1-1. There's one high and inside. It's now 2-1 on Jerry, and that's high and outside, 3-1. So they play inside out, and there's another one inside, lying down the third base line foul, and he tried to pull it. Full count on Jerry. Bouncer off the mound, Juice, the shortstop, up with it, throws to first. We go to the top of the fourth. Still 6-0 Athletics. Here comes Eddie Juice. There's a ball low and away, 1-0. Ground ball on the ground. Sullivan, the shortstop, over to first, 1 away. Here comes Ferris Fain. Still 6-0 Athletics as Fain takes the ball. It is a ground ball to third. Dillinger on to first, and there's 2 away. The Athletics are serious about this, as you can tell. Moses hits a little ground ball back to Drews. The pitcher goes to first, and we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. So start at the bottom of the fourth here, 6-0 the score. It'll be Whitey Platt here for the Browns up against Dick Fowler. And as I said, you can tell the Athletics are serious the way they've been playing here lately. The Athletics is, that's a strike in there to Whitey Platt. Philadelphia has won 3 straight to put them now 2.5 behind the Red Sox. For a little while, it looked like they were going to tail off and out of the race, but that is no more. There's a ball there to Whitey, 1-1, and a swing in the miss of the fastball right at the belt, 1-2. High, 2-2. Fouled away, still 2-2. There's a chopper, Fox, the second baseman, on to first, 1 away. Bob Dillinger up next, and he takes a strike, 0-1. There's a little line drive over to right field, but Moses is there for it. It hangs up for him, and there's 2 away. Up now is Dick Kokos. There's a ball off the plate by Fowler, and then a little ground ball over to the first base side. Fain has to wait for that broken bat to get by him, but he still has time to field it and flip over to Fowler for the out of the bag. We go to the top of the 5th inning now, 6-0 Athletics. It'll be Sam Chapman. Chapman had that big home run as he takes a strike that was number 7 this season, and he's now driven in 33. There's a ball low, it's 1-1, and there's one high and tied on him, 2-1. 3-1 now the count. So that on-base percentage of .349, not the highest in the world, but the .422 slugging percentage is what we like. There's a strike in the outside corner. It's a full count to Sam. And there's a roller over to the right side. Graham waves everyone off, and it's off of his glove. A poor play there by Graham, and that allows Chapman to reach on the air. So an error on the first baseman will bring up Hank Majeski, and it's time to play defense again for the Browns. There's a strike by Drews. It's 0-1. And it's a pop-up, high, who wants it? Anybody's ball, and Pretty ends up taking control, grabbing that for the out, 1 away. Up now is Nellie Fox, and so Drews is pitching fairly well here today, hasn't given up any walks at least, as Fox fouls 1 away. There's a ball high, a little bit better than Bill Kennedy was. The ground ball over to the first base side. Graham grabs that and runs over to the bag, outruns Nellie for the out. Chapman moves over to second, so 2 away. Joe Astruth now the hitter. And there's a strike, 0-1 to Joe. 1 outside, 1-1 the count. Hit deep to left field, Platt, and he's there in time for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Roy Seavers up here for the Browns. And it's only the bottom of the 5th as Roy takes the ball, but you feel like it's desperation time. There's another ball high, 2-0, and another one outside, 3-0. And that's outside, so Seavers takes the walk. It's his 33rd time he's walked this season. He's another one who likes to get on base, and that'll bring up Jack Graham. Now be careful, because the Athletics lead the world in double plays. There's a ball to Graham, 1-0. And by the world, I mean time and all eternity. 1-1 as Graham fouls 1 away, and that is high. 2-1 the count. The 49 Athletics... as Graham fouls this one away. 49 Athletics turn more double plays than any team in baseball history, and that includes teams with a 162-game schedule. 2-2 the count on Graham. Ground ball right side. Fox, great play, throws to first for the out. Seavers moves up to second, so of course no chance in the double play there. 2 away, and that'll bring 1 away, that brings up John Sullivan, and the double play now out of order. So Seavers on his second. Up comes Sullivan, who's 0-1, and he takes the strike, 0-1. And there's a ball high, 1-1 the count. High and inside, 2-1, 6-0 still Athletics, and they're in control. There's a ball low, 3-1, and there's ball 4. So Fowler has walked his 3rd, 56th of the season, and it's starting to happen. Here comes Sherm Lawler. The double play now is in order, and Lawler will swing away down by 6, and he takes a strike, breaking ball. A curve wide of the play, 1-1 on Sherm. In the dirt, they're trying for that double play pitch, and that one is low and Lawler doesn't swing, so it's a 2-1 count. Ground ball up the middle, and no play for Juiced or Fox. That'll be a base hit. First hit of the game here for the Browns, and around come the runners. There's a throw to third base, and they've got Sullivan easily. Good throw by Chapman. Majeski down with the tag. Sullivan thrown out. The Browns get their first hit and their first run at the same time. It's a 6-1 ball game. And now with 2 outs, here comes Carl Drews. And, of course, we're leaving him in. He's been pitching well, and he takes the ball, 1-0. So 6-1 now the score. It's fouled away, 1-1. The crowd, you can feel the tension lifting here in the park as there's another strike, 1-2. Tension lifts now that the double the no-hitter is out of order. 2-2 now the count on Drews. And there's ball 3 low. It's a full count on Carl. And there's a foul tip. It remains full count. Ground ball up the middle, and it'll be Juice throwing to first in time for the out. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Dick Fowler, the pitcher, will lead this off for the Athletics. So go to the top of the 6th, 6-1 the score. Fowler today 1 for 1. He's up to 429. There's a strike inside corner, a generous call. And that's down the pipe, 0-2. Ball high and outside, 1-2. And there's a strike. That one was right there, and Fowler couldn't do anything with it. So Drews gets his first strikeout. That brings up Elmer Valo. Carl Drews has pitched well in relief as he throws a ball to Elmer. Only 39 pitches in 3 2/3, about to be 4. Fouled away, 1-1. There's a ball off the plate, 2-1. High, and it's a 3-1 count on Elmer, and this is hit deep to right field. Coco's going back, and he's over by that wall about 340 feet away and makes that catch for the out. 2 away, and here comes Eddie Juice. So now it is officially 4 innings for Drews, and the Athletics have been swinging against him. There's a strike to Juice, well placed by Lawler, 0-1, and there's a ball. 1-1 the count. Line towards right center field. Coco's running after that, dives for it, and can't get there in time. Able to knock it down. That holds Juice to a single, but it's a single nonetheless. So there's a runner on at first base now with 2 outs, and here comes Ferris Fain. 6th hit of the game for the Athletics. Fain, who's 0 for 2, takes a ball outside. He did score a run, and there's a strike, 1-1. Way inside, 2-1 the count on Ferris. And that's low, and Ferris did not swing. It's a 3-1 count. And there's ball 4 high, and so Drews finally, after throwing 4 innings of excellent relief work, has walked his first man. 51 pitches into it, and here comes Wally Moses, still with 2 outs, and there's a strike to Wally, 0-1. That's low, 1-1 the count, and there's another strike, it's 1-2. Pulled foul, first base line, the count remains 1-2. Hit deep to right center field, and that'll split Keith Severs and Kokos, and that really splits them as that one rolls over to the center field side. 2 runs will score, and by the time that throw comes to the infield, Moses is over at third base with a triple, and it's now an 8-1 ball game. We have to start asking ourselves some questions here about Drews. This is what I wanted, and I think it's about time. So we're going to lift Drews, who pitched well and who got us this far, but it's about time, I think, to make the move. It's going to be Farrick who comes in. Tom Farrick will come in relief. He's thrown 22 1/3, and he's throwing a lot of innings because he pitches for the Browns. So with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning, Farrick comes in. 2.82 ERA, does have a 1-0 record, but I think this one might be out of the question. Ground ball by Sam Chapman into the hole left side. Sullivan has that, throws over to first for the out. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's an 8-1 ball game, and here comes Jerry Pretty for the Browns. Pretty's 0 for 2, just like everyone else, and he takes the strike. Sherm Lawler, the only one with a hit, and there's Pretty with a hit of his own, and it's a blooper to center that landed between the 3 outfielders and the 2 infielders, so it's a base hit. That brings up Whitey Platt, and Pretty didn't have that one well hit, but it was well placed. Platt comes up 0 for 2. Line drive, Fain, great catch there behind first base for the out. Pretty, of course, runs back to the bag. 1 away. Here comes Bob Dillinger. There's a ball high to Bob, 1-0. And that one misses low, 2-0. That's outside, 3-0 the count now to Bob, and there's a breaking ball for a strike, 3-1. That's low and away, and so Fowler has walked his 4th. I tell you, Dick Fowler has not pitched a sort of game you want to hang up on the wall. 4 walks given up against the 1 strikeout, and that brings up Dick Kokos, and the Browns have been knocking on the door a lot here today. Dick takes the ball, and another ball, 2-0. Fowler's only given up 2 hits as there's a strike. It's 2-1. And that one bounces in there, 3-1. If you're the Browns, don't swing. We'll have Kokos take this one, and there's a strike inside corner. Full count now on Kokos. Pop-up, foul. Out of play. Feign, no play. Full count remains. Hit to left center field. That one is deep. Avalo's there for the catch. Pretty tags at second. We'll go over to third. His run is meaningless at this point. 2 away, and here comes Royce Severs. Severs is 0 for 1. He walked and scored. And the 1-0 pitch is pulled over towards shortstop. Juice grabs that, flips over to Fox. That's what happens when you try to pull that type of pitch. And we go to the top of the 7th inning. It's still 8-1 Athletics. Here is Hank Majeski. Hank Majeski is 0 for 3 today. Takes a strike in the outside corner, and then a ball high. 1-1 the count. Pop up, out of play. It's 1-2. Outside for a ball, 2-2. That's hit to right. It's a base hit in front of Kokos, but he cuts that one off nicely and prevents the double. So it's another hit for the Athletics. They have 8. Up comes Nellie Fox. Tom Farrick, we'll see how long he lasts, and there's a strike to Fox, 0-1. Ground ball pretty over to Sullivan on to Graham for the double play. So the Browns take a page out of the Philadelphia Athletics book by turning the double play. With 2 away, here's Joe Astra, still 8-1 the score. Strike at the knees to Joe, and that's inside for a ball 1-1. And that one is bounced off of Ferrick. Did that hit him in the leg? Where exactly that is, I'm not sure, but that one sort of landed over to the right side. Nobody was there able to recover in time, and Astruth easily able to bait that one out. So it's an infield single for the catcher. Astruth now 2 for 4 today, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Fowler, who's 1 for 2. So Astruth having a good game. 9 hits now for the Athletics as Fowler takes a strike. And that's fouled away. It's 0-2. Hit over to right center field. The center fielder Sievers has that. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning now. 8-1 Athletics. Here is Jack Graham to lead this off. 0 for 1. Ground ball past the mound. Fox gets that one easily on to first. 1 away. John Sullivan. That's a ball high to Sullivan. 1-0. And there's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Strike called. 1-2 the count. And that's high. 2-2 on John. High changeup is a full count. And he went around on that one for strike 3, so Fowler ends up getting his second strikeout. That brings up Sherm Lawler. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 8-1 the score. There's a ball low, 1-0. In the dirt again, it's 2-0 on Sherm. Fouled away, 2-1. Inside but fouled away. Sherm got to that, 2-2. This one misses low, and it's a full count. It's line foul. Count remains full. Hit to right center field. The center fielder Chapman has that for the out, and that'll do it. We go to the top of the 8th inning now. 8-1 Athletics, and up comes Elmer Vallo. Vallo today is 0 for 2, but he's walked twice and did score a run, and he takes another ball. Ground ball over to Pretty at second, who throws to first, and there's 1 away. Here comes Eddie Juice. Now, in real life, Vallo would probably never lead off like this because he's not getting base hits. He's just walking. 1-1 the count now on Juice, who probably was more likely to lead off, and he hits a fly ball to center. Sievers has that for the out, and there's 2 away. Here comes Ferris Fain. Fain fouls 1 away, first pitch swinging. Takes a ball outside, 1-1. There's ball 2, 2-1 the count. Foul down the first base line, and it's 2-2. That's a comebacker back to Tom. Ferrick throws to first for the out, and it's an easy inning for him. 8-1 the score. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Here comes Tom Ferrick up to hit. We'll leave him in this game. He's 0 for 4 this season. Takes a ball and hits a ground ball left side. Juiced fields it on to first. 1 away. Jerry Pretty now, and it's another ground ball to Juiced, who goes to first. 2 gone. Here's Whitey Platt, and Platt takes a strike. 0-1 the count. There's 1 low. 1-1. That misses inside. 2-1. Fouled away, so now it's 2-2 on Whitey, and there's strike 3 right down the heart of the plate, and that does it for the Browns in their half of the 8th. We go now to the top of the 9th inning. It's still 8-1 Athletics. Up comes Wally Moses. Moses today is 2 for 4 as he takes a ball low. He's driven in 4. There's another ball, 2-0 the count. Hit deep to right center field. Coco's going back to the wall once again, and he makes that catch for the out. I feel like we've been through this show before. 1 away, here's Sam Chapman. There's a ball outside to Sam, 1-0. Hit deep to left. That baby's gone. Sam Chapman, with his second home run of the ball game, makes this a 9-1 lead for the Athletics. Platt didn't even look up at that one. He knew as soon as that one was hit that there was no chance. And I tell you, it's not been one of those happy nights in St. Louis. 9-1 game, and it's been a long one with the Athletics getting all the hits and all the runs. And up comes Hank Majeski, and even the no-hitter now is not an opportunity, as Majeski takes 1 low, and another one high. It's 2-0. Ground ball in the hole. Sullivan on to first. Good play and a good dig by Graham to pull that one out of the dirt. 2 away, and up comes Nellie Fox. Fox is 0 for 4 as he takes the ball low. There's a strike. 1-1. Fouled away. It's 1-2 on Nelly. Inside on him, but fouled away. And there's another foul ball. Good swing. Fouled away again. Ground ball now. Dillinger, third baseman, on to first. And we will go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Bottom of the 9th inning, Bob Dillinger will lead this off for the Browns, down 9-1. So Dillinger is going to need an 8-run homer here if he's going to do it himself. There's a strike to Bob. It's 0-1. Another strike, and it's 0-2 just like that. Hit to left, foul. Close but foul. And there's a ball. 1 and 2 now on Bob. There's a pop-up left side. Valo runs for that. Does get there in time with that speed. 1 away. Here comes Dick Kokos. Kokos is 0 for 3, and he takes a ball inside. 1 and 0. That's wide of the play. 2 and 0 the count. And there's a strike. Fowler painting the outside corner. 2 and 1. There's another strike. 2 and 2. Fowler sitting on 130 pitches, and there is number 130. Kokos swings at that one and misses, and down he goes. 4 strikeouts now for Fowler, who's overcome those 4 walks in style. So there's 2 away, and here's Roy Sievers. Fowler, not known for his control, but he's had it today. There's a ball to Roy, and another ball, 2 and 0. There's a strike, 2 and 1. Ground ball towards first, and Fain going for that one, and he can't quite do it. He can't come up with that one, and it's going to be an error on Ferris, and that's the first error of the game for the Athletics, and that'll bring up Jack Graham. So it's a perhaps a one-batter reprieve for the Browns, and they're hoping to get full clemency here, but we'll see what happens. And that's popped up. It's a trio of Athletics after that, and Sam Chapman, the center fielder, ends up running all the way in to grab that one for the out. Chapman makes the catch, runs to the dugout, and there's your ball game. The Athletics win this one 9-1. The American League ought to be on alert because these Philadelphia Athletics mean business. Again, final score 9-1, 10 hits for the Athletics against a mere 2 for the Browns. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.